So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this quartz and dark prismarine house. This is one of my favorite color palettes, and with this really easy and straightforward design, I hope you guys will enjoy it. But before we get into the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm using colored terracotta so that it's all marked out and very straightforward, but it's basically just a 14 by 11 rectangle with the corners cut off and a little pop out at the front. This may seem like a lot of colors, but it's not too confusing once you get into it. So I'm starting by taking some spruce wood and I'm placing that on all of these orange terracotta blocks, so the corners mostly. Then on this far side, I'm placing it 5 high, including that first one we placed. And I'm not doing one on this corner. Then on all these subsequent corners, I'm placing it in the center. So I'm placing the 3 across and then 4 more on top in the center. And I do that on this back corner and making sure to place the extra ones here. And then on this side, I do it on the end, just like the one I did in the front, making sure those are all 5 tall. Then once I have that, I'm filling in between with some moss on the front side, the right side, and the top. The left side and this bump out part are going to be with copper and quartz, so I left them blank. Next thing I'm going to do is take some quartz bricks, place those on the yellow terracotta blocks, one on top of the other, and then place 3 more smooth blocks just so it lines up with the top. Then I'm just placing some more smooth quartz blocks behind all of these spruce bark blocks. Then I'm filling in between all of the quartz blocks with some more smooth quartz and quartz bricks on top of that. On top of all of these spruce bark blocks, I'm going to be placing some quartz stairs, just like this, around the entire build. Now I'm going to move on to the bump out. I'm starting with some quartz pillars, and I'm placing that right in this open corner here. I'm placing some oxidized cut copper blocks between them at the bottom and some oxidized cut copper stairs in front of that. Now I'm going to do all of the windows, so I'm starting with this one in the front. It's going to be a 1 by 3, so I'm filling in the top with some quartz. Then these on the side are going to be a 2 by 2, so I'm filling in just 1 row at the top. Then along the back, they're all going to be 1 block tall, so that's a 1 by 2, a 1 by 3, and another 1 by 2, filling in the course at the top. Then I'm going to leave this side blank over here because that's where our chimney is going to go, so I'll wait until we place our chimney to put all that stuff there. Going back to this entryway here, I'm going up 3 blocks and placing some upside down quartz stairs. Then on top of that, I'm placing some quartz pillars with a quartz brick in between that and a quartz slab underneath that. Then I'm just placing some more quartz on top of that to finish off the gable. I'm going to finish off the gable on this side here by placing some quartz pillars, making sure they're facing the side across the entire thing, breaking out the center and replacing that with a quartz brick. Then I'm just placing some more smooth quartz blocks on top of that. Now I'm evening up the gable on this side just with some smooth quartz so that everything lines up and is even. Once I have this, I'm ready to move on to the roof. For the roof, I'm taking some upside down dark prismarine and placing that on the last block of all the gables, putting some right side up dark prismarine stairs on top of all of those, and then at the top, I'm just filling in with some dark prismarine blocks. Then I'm doing that same pattern to the side. So I'm using 3 upside down dark prismarine stairs on each side, then some right side up stairs on top of that. Then I'm just filling in between that with some dark prismarine blocks. Then I'm just doing the same thing on the other side and connecting everything up. Then I'm just doing the same thing on the other side and connecting everything up around the sides. So I'm adding 2 layers on the back and the front. And now we have this. The front layer is basically done. So I'm going to move up to the next bit before we finish off with the roof and stuff. I'm taking some quartz pillars and I'm putting that in the corners of this front bit and I'm placing that 6 blocks tall. And I'm doing that same thing on the other side and then filling in between it with some smooth quartz at the bottom, placing some moss on top of that, then moving up 1 block and placing a upside down quartz stair on each side with a slab in between it, some pillars on top of that, and bricks on top of that slab. Then I'm just placing some more smooth quartz on top of that. Right next to that roof here, I'm placing some spruce wood bark blocks. Then I'm just placing 2 quartz and smooth in between that. Then I'm doing the same thing on this side. Now that I have that, I'm going to move on to this other side here where I'm doing a very similar thing with the spruce wood bark block. I'm placing a row of quartz so everything's easier to place. Then I'm placing the 2 quartz bricks, smooth quartz on top of that, going over 2 blocks, 2 quartz bricks, going over 2 blocks, 2 quartz bricks, and then finishing up with the smooth quartz on top of that. Then at the end, I'm just placing the spruce wood bark block in line with that other one, and then putting some moss in between these gaps, leaving a gap of 2 blocks, and then placing some upside down quartz to round out the windows, and filling in the top. Now that I have this, I can finally connect up and finish this roof off here, and I'm just continuing the pattern all the way to connect it to the house. I'm going to finish off this wall with some smooth quartz. I'm just outlining the outside, and here we have a 2 by 3, which is perfect to use some stairs and make a circle window by placing them right side up on the bottom and upside down on the top. Then on this other side, I'm just filling it in with some smooth quartz. Once I have that, I'm doing the same thing I did for the roof on the bottom with the dark prismarine stairs, placing those on the outside and all the way up with the dark prismarine block in between that. And then once I have all the gables done, I'm just connecting everything up. Now we're moving on to the chimney. I'm placing a row of 4 and then a row of 3. And I'm continuing that row of 4 up 5 blocks. Then I'm making it 3, moving up, and making sure to break this roof going up another 4 blocks, and then leaving that one on the end, then going up 2 blocks, then going up with the 2 for 3 blocks, and then leaving 1, and then breaking the roof at the top. Then I'm doing the 3, moving up 2 blocks, leaving that one on the end, going up another block, and then going up 1 more in the center. And then I'm just placing some stairs. And it's okay if it looks a little bit different than mine. This is just supposed to look kind of messy and uneven. Then I'm just using some trapdoors and campfires to finish off the chimney like we always do, and then adding some trapdoors in front of all of the moss around the entire build and putting some tulips on top of the moss. Now to finish off the entryway, I'm using some quartz bricks and then leaving a 2x1 gap for the door and placing a dark oak door in the middle. I won't furnish the whole inside, but I'll show you how to make it livable. I'm starting by placing some dark oak around the entire floor, leaving a 1 block gap around the entire edge and then filling the rest in with dark oak, and then putting spruce in that gap. Then I'm breaking a space for the ladder, filling in the second floor with some spruce. Now I'm really making sure there's space for the whole ladder to go here, and don't break your chimney. Next, I'm just finishing up all the windows, outlining all of these windows upstairs with quartz, and then putting quartz blocks, and putting some quartz blocks. And I'm doing that for all of the windows that have stairs involved in its shape. And for all the windows downstairs where I don't, I'm just using some glass panes. Then I'm just adding the ladders and it's done. Thank you so much for the suggestion to build with quartz. I had so much fun with this color palette. Dark prismarine really is one of my favorite blocks in the entire game, and I think it pairs so nicely with the quartz, and I love how it plays with the oxidized copper too. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Give me some other block palettes I should make tutorials with, and don't forget to like and subscribe.